Breaking news tonight. It's Saturday, and guess what? Saturday morning, we woke up to this. Former President Donald Trump saying on Truth Social that he'll be arrested. Here's what he exactly wrote early today, this morning. Illegal leaks from a corrupt and highly political Manhattan district attorney will lead to his potential arrest over accusations about a $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels that prosecutors have called hush money. A spokesperson for Trump says a little bit later there's been no formal notification of an upcoming arrest, and the office for Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg has declined to comment. So what does it all mean? My next guest, Fox News contributor and former assistant U.S. attorney to the Southern District of New York, Andy McCarthy, says this in a column in a column today in National Review. McCarthy says progressive prosecutors Alvin Bragg's impending criminal prosecution of Donald Trump is a disgrace. As a matter of due process and good governance, it's good for Trump's political fortunes, at least in the short term. We shouldn't lose sight, though, that it is good for Democratic political fortunes in the long term. Here to expand on this is Andy McCarthy. So, Andy, surprised we're at this point, even though there's no confirmation of it? Where do you go from here?
Yeah, it's not easy to be surprised at this point, Brian, because of all the reporting that we've seen in the last couple of weeks and the fact that the DA seemed to do the things that you would do when you were serious about wrapping up a case. Hasn't happened yet, but I would imagine early next week we're going to see it.
So right now, we understand that you do not think much of this case. It actually took place in 2007. The payments took place in 2015. Why this? Why now? And Alvin Bragg walked away from this case before. What changed?
Yeah, he walked away from it, Brian, and my old office, the Southern District of New York, the federal prosecutors in Manhattan, also wanted no part of this case, which hinges not only on the testimony of the porn star Stormy Daniels, who, look, I think it's credible for her to claim that this happened way back when, but at the same time, she's on record a couple of times saying it didn't happen. The other crucial witness here is Michael Cohen, and I think probably the feds walked away from him because of his deep credibility problems.
Obviously,
so
yeah.
You're not starting out in a great place with those witnesses.
So if it does happen Tuesday, the president says, I'm going to be arrested, so he'll be read his rights, indicted. They'll say, how do you plead? And he's going to say, I plead not guilty. Will they put cuffs on him? Will they fingerprint him? Will there be a long, dramatic walk up the courthouse steps? What are we expected to see with a high-profile subject?
Yeah, I think, Brian, what we're seeing a lot is Trump and Bragg, the Manhattan DA, and obviously there's, a lot of hostility there. Underneath the surface, we should be mindful that the United States Secret Service, which is responsible for Trump's security, and the NYPD, the New York City Police, who are responsible for law and order in the city, they work together a lot. They coordinate well. They work well together. And I would expect what will happen here is that the interests of both sides will be served, so that the Secret Service will maintain Trump's security. The NYPD and the DA's office will get him through the processing. I don't think he'll be arrested in the traditional sense of they'll place handcuffs on him and perp walk him. Given all the security and logistical nightmare that's involved with this kind of a proceeding with a former president, what I'd expect is they'll figure out a place for him to surrender in a secure area where the Secret Service will stay with him. The New York City Police will process him, meaning they will do fingerprints and photographs, which is what they do for every person who comes into the system. I doubt we'll see the mugshot anytime soon. We shouldn't see it because it's supposed to be non-public. I know these things leak from time to time, but I wouldn't hold my breath for this one for a while. And then they'll have to get him to court, where he'll be making an initial appearance before a judge, and I'm sure they'll secure that before this all starts as well.
Right. And then in terms of timing, number one, shouldn't there have been coordination already with the Secret Service and the NYPD and the courts? So he might be onto something. No one's confirmed it yet, but you would think they contacted him to say, get your team ready. I'm indicting you, correct?
Yeah. Well, the New York Times on Saturday early reported, Brian, that Trump's social media post was on the basis of speculation from reports, and that there hadn't been high-level discussions between the Trump camp and the Bragg camp. Now, you're quite right. That doesn't mean the NYPD and the Secret Service are not coordinating. And even if this doesn't happen Tuesday, it will happen at a time where they've been able to plan out this so that it's as secure as it can be.
Real quick, Andy, we got a minute left. Tell me what about the other cases are more serious, and you think they're going to come quick from Mar-a-Lago to what's happening in Georgia, right?
Yeah, Brian, I think that once the first prosecutor crosses the Rubicon here, we're going to hear from the other ones. We heard that the Atlanta case, which is about the 2020 election, was fairly imminent, that they were, we heard that grand jury woman a couple of weeks ago. I think that case is coming. And there's also the special counsel has been very active the last few weeks in terms of the grand jury. That's the Justice Department. So that's the January 6th stuff and the Mar-a-Lago stuff.
Wow.
I think there's a lot more coming.
Yeah, and he's still leading in the polls. And like you said, short-term gain, long-term, the Democrats think they can beat him by about 10. Andy McCarthy, look forward to your columns. You're always ahead of the game. Thanks so much for your insight. Appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.